crafty friends. Hi, Mary R. and Brenda and Adeline and Betty. Good to see you guys. I'm sure we'll have some others joining us here shortly. Today we are going to do a jar full of love from the CUTE collection. And this is part of the Craftiganza kit. This is going to be great fun because we're going to do some kind of unusual projects today. We have 3 great cards. We have a shaker card and we have a gift bag and tag. So it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. We'll give everybody just a second to get signed in here since we started right at the stroke of 2 o'clock today. Let me move these. Well, actually, let me give you a closer up view of these. Excuse me. The seasons, they are a-changin'. They change, I get huffy. Okay, so here's our gift tag and our gift bag. This topper set came with a to from, which is what gave me the idea to do a gift bag with this. There's Susan. Hi, Susan. Waving fanatically. Here's our shaker card. We have snow in our shaker this time. I love this one. When I saw that it had a snow globe in it, that mason jar with the snow globe, it just had to be a shaker card. And here, there we go. Here's our next card. Hi, Annette. And this is so cute. I love this little owl in the tree. So 3 of these are really straightforward cards. And here's our separate little fox. Okay, so those are our projects for today. Hello. Okay. Oh, there's Patty. Hi, Patty. Welcome, friend. Okay, let's open this kit up and see what you get. Brittany went wild with the shaker elements. She had a good time putting this kit together. She just dug through my drawer and just mixed things up to have some fun shaker elements. So here, let's start with our topper set. We'll show you how this lays out, then we'll look at the rest of our kit components. Watching on the down low at a bridal shower. That's funny. That's very funny. Hi, Sharma. Annette, you're cracking me up. There's another twin thing. I would do that. Oh, goodness. Okay, here's our topper set. Here's our, they just did a really nice job giving us good images on this kit. As we have that to from tag, and at first I thought, well, these are for card making. Why'd you give me that? And then I did the gift bag and I thought, okay, it was cute. You're forgiven. Here's our unfoiled card. I do like this one because you got all these really pretty different elements. I like that when they do that with the borders because I can cut them wherever I want them then. And we got 2 cards out of this one plus some border material. So okay, let's see how these cards lay out on here. You said you find this helpful, and I actually find it helpful for getting started. So let's see how our cards lay out. This one comes from probably here, would be my guess. This one comes from here. This one comes from this corner. And this one comes from here. And then I took the remaining components for this one off of additional edges from this card. Actually, this comes from here. So I took the additional pieces that I needed for this background for the, oops, look at this backing camera frame, for the background here and the front and the back of the tag from this part of the card. I actually think I may have used some adorable scorable, but we have plenty of this. Oh, she gave us some anyway. Look at that. Brittany's so good. She said, that doesn't look like the cardstock, so I think I better throw in a piece of cardstock here. So she actually gave us some here too. We are well set for cardstock. So that's how things lay out. Let's look at the rest of our kit components. We have our gift bag. These are really pretty little gift bags. I think they're about, I'm going to say 7 by 9 inch gift bag, big enough to do a lot of your different gifting. We have, this is a really pretty rich kit. You got a lot of good stuff in here. We have a 5 by 7 card for our shaker card. We have 3 A6 cards, European A6 for these cards. We, of course, have the envelopes for those. We have a piece of snowfall acetate for our shaker card. We have 3 silver A6 mirror for our 3 A6 cards. We have a couple of yards of red double-sided satin ribbon here. And we have a roll of shaker tape. And you have, as I said, different people may get different shaker components, but Brittany was having lots of fun putting these together. Mine is a mixture of cloud, I think it's called Cloud from Nouveau, and then some little snowflakes from one of the Nouveau winter sets. So yours could be all kinds of things, but she had a lot of fun putting those together. I heard her in here giggling as she was mixing and matching. So I know they will be fun. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start, I think, with the 3 A6s. Let's do those first, and we'll do the shaker and the gift bag. Let's start our A6s first. And I think I will start here by tying a couple of bows and getting those going. Now I cheated a little bit here. It looks like I wrapped that ribbon around, doesn't it? That's actually printed. Oops, I'm going to the wrong camera. That's actually printed on except for the bow. See that? Hi, Daria. Welcome. And there's a triple. Let's tie a couple bows. My bow maker's gotten way over here. Margie and I were filming the last of our videos, and I shoved everything way over to make room for 2 of us in camera view. So, okay, I'm going to tie this bow at about, I'm going to tie a single at 4. So this is going to be a super easy bow. 4, I'm going to come back over and I'm going to grab a 4. I'm going to go down through the hole in the comb, come back up between the 2 ones, back to the back of the bow. I'm going to tie off. Teddy is still in the doghouse. Not really. I mean, I'm not mad at him anymore, but he can't come in the shop because he cannot come in here. And he did it not just once, Mary. He did it several times. I have no idea why, other than the fact that we are now getting typical Oregon rain. And I think he'd like to come in here instead of doing his business outside. So he's still in a little bit of the doghouse. He is not allowed in the shop, except when we bring him in. He will still have guest appearances, but he's not allowed to just roam the shop because he was a naughty boy, and I'm not going to have him messing up all my stuff in the shop. So, in the classroom, because that was just naughty. All of my things that are normally right in reach are moved. And I get everything back where it belongs. Okay, I hope everything's going okay for you, Daria. All right, so we have our pretty little bow all tied and ready to go. We'll put some best glue on that. Let's go ahead and get a 3-petal bow tied. Yes, that's a Debbieism. We're going to do a 4-5-4 for the middle of that card. So here's a 4, a 4, and a 5. We're just going to pick up that one tooth, and a 5, come back to 4, pick up that one tooth, go to 4 on the left side, down through the hole in the comb, up between the 2 ones, bring it back to this side. We're going to do our little Margie trick here, since this is a narrow bow, and the narrow, I have more of a problem with them slipping when I'm trying to tighten them up. So I'm going to take a little tiny piece of my easy tear tape. I'm going to put it right over the back of my loops in my bow. I'm going to take the paper off by tearing it in the middle. When you go on fabric, it's way easier to tear it in the middle and peel both sides, guys. Now let's tighten this bow. Let's tie our half knot. And if you do that, I believe you will find, as I have, and as Margie has, that it doesn't slip so bad when you're tightening it up. So there's another little trick for you. Compliments of Margie. And here's our pretty little 3-loop bow. I want these tails to come down, so I'm removing them from where they're stuck in the tape on the back and pushing them down a little bit. I'm going to cut some whale tails in that while I'm clipping. I might as well do it all at once. I fold it like a taco with the openings at the top, and then clip upward at an angle towards the end of the ribbon, and you get pretty little clipped edges. So I didn't get those even, so I'm going to trim the first one a little bit more. There we go. Now that looks more even. And we have this pretty little bow all ready to go. Okay. All right. So let's set that aside. We'll keep that ribbon right there for our tie-on for our tag. We're done with our comb for now. Let's get some of our best glue ever. Oops. Got my best glue ever. All right. Gonna put a little bit in fine lines on the back of my bow. Just some little fine lines. It'll dry quickly. We'll set those aside, get them out of where I'm going to drop things on them. And put a little on the back of our smaller bow. Just a little heavy. I'm going to spread that out. Spread it out good so you don't have to wait so long for it to dry. Done with the best glue now. Let's go ahead and cover these 3 card blanks. We'll just do it all at one time. Hi, Elsie. Welcome, friend. How are things in Norway? That sounds like a good idea, T. Mary. That sounds like a really nice idea. It's a chilly fall day here today in Oregon, but I'd rather have a chilly fall day where it's wet outside than have yet another hot day, because those hot days and the drought, that was not good. It's raining and raining, huh? Well, I'm glad to be able to say to you, Elsie, we need you to send us that rain in Oregon, because the drought is still officially on. We still are way behind our normal rainfall, but we are getting some pretty heavy rains this week. It has sure helped with the Southern Oregon and the California wildfires. I think they may be able to get all those out, and wouldn't that be a fine thing? It should be over. It's either over there or around back over here. Should be right there somewhere. Those are serrated edge scissors. Do not run those through the scissor sharpener. Use one of the regulars. One of these here. They might be. You can check them. These will work. You just have to sharpen them up good. My scissor sharpener should be right here in this. Either there or over on this side. It should be right here handy because I never let it get too far away. Hi, Kathy girl. Hi, Betty. Hello, Roberta. Okay. So we're going to just go ahead and... Did you find it? Oh, yeah, you did. Okay. All righty. Okay, put down my 3 rows of double stick tape, my finger lift tape on each of my 3 cards. I'm sticking my mirror board on those, and then I'm just going to trim them all at once so we are set and ready to go. Okay, flip it over. I could have gotten this one more even, and I used craft style tape. So I'm popping this one back up. Craft style, you have to test the rolls you have. Some are more forgiving than others, but craft style tape, sometimes you can pop it back up without 85 and sunny in Phoenix. You can have that stuff, Brenda. We had enough of that this summer. I'm sure you love it. I can live without it. That's what I figured out this summer. Okay. But people who love hot weather don't traditionally live in Oregon, not in this part of Oregon. The east side gets hot weather in the summer. Of course, they also get extra cold weather in the winters, so an interesting thing about Oregon, we have just about every kind of weather here because we have just about every kind of terrain. We have coastal regions, we have big central valleys, we have mountainous regions, and we have deserts, all within the states of Washington and Oregon. The terrain in Washington and Oregon is very similar. And they have the same in California too, although in California, it's such a big state, of course they have all of those things. Washington and Oregon are each only half the size of California, and we still have all those things. We have oceans and rivers and lakes. It's a beautiful part of the country, all in all, I gotta say. Alrighty, look what I see here. Boy, did I get in a hurry and put these on. I'm not liking the fact that I'll see, this one's not going to let me tear it up. Will you fix me a new one of these, please, honey?
What?
Fix me a new one of these. Just about the time you think you can get away with something. See, even with this easy tear tape the craft style tape, you cannot get away with lifting them off once they set for a minute. Make me a new one of those, if you would, please. Give me a European A6 card and cover it with silver, Mary. Here's a card. Actually, I probably have a piece of mirror board too. There you go. Oh, that's rainbow. But you can always count on me to show you what you can't do. I'm here for you. Just make sure you get it clear to the edge like I did not. All right, let's go ahead and make ourselves some toppers. Now, in this case, all three of the cards I'm using are coming off this single piece of cardstock. And they're all being cut vertically. So it's a pretty easy job to cut our cardstock this time. I'm going to start by cutting myself a slice that is 3 7/8 inch wide. Then I'm going to cut the other side to 3 7/8 inch wide. And this one will end up being, it comes out to be 4, but I'm going to trim just a tad off of it, just a little bit, so that it ends up being 3 7/8 inch wide. And we have 3 beautiful slices to start our project. And they look like this. Okay, so let's do our little fox in the corner. We're going to begin our process with the fox in the corner by checking to see that it's going to be a good fit for a card and it's beautiful. It is going to be too long, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my card to 5 5/8 inch long, and then I'm going to fussy cut along this bow, because we can't lose that beautiful bow at the top. We want that. So I'm just going to fussy cut around this bow. This would be easier with my littler scissors. It's not a bad cut at all. It's just cutting just around the little loops of the bow here. I won't worry about cutting the little centerpiece right here. No need to cut that little centerpiece because the background is the same color. So it's a really simple little fussy cut. Lots of you are asking about Craftaganza, and I expect to be sending the first Craftaganza email out tonight. So you should be able to get your first downloads off tonight. And the others will follow within just days. You are going to be in good shape with your Craftaganza. They are on the way. I expect to send the first download email. What you'll do is you'll add if you purchased from us, you will add your Craftaganza video to your cart. It will show $5. Don't worry about that. If you bought it from us, I'm going to send you a special code in your email, and that code will take $5 off your order. So your Craftaganza video is free. I may even send multiple codes tonight. If I do, then you will want to do those in separate purchases, because you can only use one code per email. Just do them in separate purchases. There's nothing to ship, so it'll end up being free. Okay? To all of you who bought that from us. If you didn't buy it from us, you can still get the videos. They're $5. Not bad. And that will give you all of the recipes that I used. Each video will give you all the recipes I used for all of the topper sets in each Craftaganza kit. I think they're coming out, though, in 2 pieces per video, because there's a limit to how big the download can be. And of course I'm chatty, and so the downloads are longer than it would allow us to do in a single piece. So you'll have part 1 and part 2 to each of the videos. Hi, Kim R. Good to see you, friend. How are the girls doing? Okay. So I just took a little bit of my shaker tape, since I have it here on the table, and I ran a couple lines under this. That's what we put in your kit this time instead of foam squares, because shaker tape can act as foam squares too. You just cut it up in little bits. So be sure and save enough to do your shaker card. That's my only. Maybe we should do the shaker. Well, we don't have that much to add on. We should be fine. We'll do the shaker card after these 3. Okay. All right. I put that up on some foam squares so it looked pretty. And we're going to get one of our sentiments off our topper sheet. Let's see, we want the long one. So we're going to sent with love from me to you on this one. And we'll put this right here above the fox and below the bow, where it's easily viewed. Oh, hi, Katie. Good to see you, friend. Cross stitch is fun. Of course, that's a needle art. I say it's fun because it looks like it would be fun. Don't give me a needle. I'm not as good at that as probably Katie is. Needle arts generally are not my thing. However, I have compensated for my lack of skill by bringing in Margie and others who are better at things than I am. Give me paper and scissors and I'm fine, but give me a needle, I will tie that thread up in knots. Here's our cute little foxy. There it is. Needs a little stickles. We'll set it aside and stickle before we're done. So cute. I didn't stick on my original. I did line them though. Here's my little fox liner. If you have your liners, be sure to use them. They're so very cute in these cards. Okay, we'll set that aside for now. Let's do our next one. Next, let's do the little owl next. I love this little owl. It just made me smile when I looked at that little owl. Now talk about easy fussy cutting. Here we go, guys. This is what we're going to do on this topper. We're going to just slice this right below the silver line. Just like that. How's that? We're going to take this off because we want to bring it down. We're going to trim our topper to 5 and 7/8, or excuse me, 5 and 5/8. 5 and 7/8 is the side of our card. 5 and 5/8. We'll go ahead and put this on with some tape flags. Oh, a beaded unicorn. That sounds beautiful, Katie. You clever girl. Send me a picture when you're done, okay? Have Mom help you send me a picture. I'd love to see that. I'll put it in the newsletter and say this is a creation by our friend Katie. Then everybody can see it. If you're comfortable doing that. If you don't want to, honey, you don't have to. But if you want to, I'll show it off to everybody when you're done. So have Mom send me a picture if you're comfortable doing that. Okay? Because I'll bet everybody would like to see it. All right. Oops, I was going to make this tape flags and I got busy chatting and reading your comments and I didn't do it. So now I have to place it correctly. Oh, the pressure of it all. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I was just saying I'm decent with a pair of scissors. We'll see. Not bad. Not bad. I got it on there. All right. Let's put some tape on the back of here. Yes, I tried to call you yesterday, Annette. I didn't get an answer. Your chipboard is here. I just need to know if a 25-piece pack is going to fit the bill for you, or if you want something smaller. 25 is great for me. I just wanted to make sure you really want that much because it's a big pack. So I tried to call you, but I didn't get an answer. And your mailbox on your phone is full. Just so you know. All right. We're going to take this. We trimmed that off. I put a little bit of foam tape on the back. I'm going to put this down here. It will just barely touch the top of your tree. I could have trimmed a little bit off my tree, I suppose, at the bottom, but it still looks good. And now I'm going to get my greeting for this one. And I'm going to put a little bit of foam on that. Okay, good. All right. It'll be ready to send you, and I just need to talk about the cost and arrange for pickup, but it's absolutely fine. I already sent it downstairs, and call me when the show's over today, and we can. Well, I think you were going to place another order anyway. Let's see, how do we want to do that? Just call me and we'll talk about it. I can probably place your order for you on the phone, and that way I can add your chipboard to it since it's not listed yet. Okay? That sounds like it's going to be great. All righty. Put some foam on the back of here. This has this really cute little owl on it again. And this says, "May all your wishes come true." I'm going to overlap the trunk of my tree just a little bit with this. And we end up with this clever little card, which needs a bow, and that bow is now dry. So let's pop that bow on here. Since I put the topper to the right, I'm going to put the bow to the left just to kind of create a little bit of a sense of balance there. And there we go. There's our beautiful little owl. Cute, cute, cute. And see how we're using that red line to come on across and make it look like that bow is part of that? We're just too clever for words, aren't we? Bryce is rolling his eyes at me, guys. He's doing it. All right. He covered a new card for me since I managed to mess one up. And in the interest of time, I didn't want to go back and do another, so he fixed it for me. Let's get this topper. Isn't that pretty? That just little snowfall there. I love that. We're going to trim this off at 5 5/8. We're going to do the same thing and trim this trim strip. Oh, well, that's okay. I did it a little differently than I did last time, but it doesn't matter. Okay, trim this trim strip at 5 5/8. Not at 5 5/8, right below the silver line. Don't listen to what I say sometimes. Sometimes I'm nuts. Bryce is shaking his head now, of all the times for him to agree. You guys wouldn't believe this guy. You wouldn't believe him. Mary says that might get you back in the doghouse. But he'll be in good company with Dad, won't he? Okay. We're going to pop this. This time I'm just making it flat. I don't know why, just to be different. Like you'd never know that we added a piece there, would you? That's really cute. Okay, let's put that down on here. Maybe I can remember not to tear off my tape flags this time. Maybe not. Yep, he can keep my baby occupied, Mary says. Hi, Catherine. Welcome, friend. Now Francis represented. Hi, Mary Glasson. Good to see you. We're making some adorable little fox cards in a card kit out of your Craftaganza called A Jar Full of Love. This is part of the Festive Fun collection, otherwise known as CUTE. Every year they do one collection that's cute, one collection that's elegant, one collection that's wintry, and one collection that's classic. And this one is from this year's CUTE collection called Festive Fun. There we go. Tape flags make that so much easier. Okay, let's get our topper sheet this time from our pop-out sheet. It's this little one on the bottom. And we're also going to want this Happy Christmas, this midway up on the right-hand side. Let's put this little foxy down here. I'm going to overlap my bow to it, so I think I'm going to leave my fox flat. I could do it either way, I suppose. Let's see what that's going to look like. Let me put my bow right on there, and then we'll work around it. Well, I think I could put it up on some foam squares, okay, and then add a little more dimensions. So I think I'll put it up on some foam. I'm just going to use little bits off of my foam squares this time, or my foam tape this time, so I make sure I keep enough for my shaker card. If that's good with you, Catherine, go ahead and send it to me via email at that info at Simply Special Crafts that's on your screen there, and then I'll forward it to Roberta. Or to Mary. Sorry, Mary. I should have looked to see who was asking. Sorry, Mary R. Yeah, and if you want Kat's, if you want Elsie or Kat's address, if you guys want to send them to us, I will happily forward to anybody who requests them, if that's okay with you guys. You can tell me whether that's okay by whether or not you send them to me. But if you want to, it would give you a nice opportunity for an international card exchange. Speaking of international card exchange, where's Betty McSorley been? We got to check on Betty and see what's going on with Betty. We haven't seen her for a little bit. Now that I put that up on some foam scores, I think I'll put this one down flat because I'm kind of pushing the space a little bit at the bottom of this card. My booster jab soon. I haven't had a booster shot yet, but when I talk to my doctor, I'm going to ask whether I should have one. Okay. If you would like, and maybe we should just do this. If you would like, let's do this. If you would like to have your name shared on a card exchange list for Christmas cards, send me your address. Any of you guys, send me your address via the info at Simply Special Crafts. Most of you, I suppose I probably have it, but if you would like to do that, send me your address at info at Simply Special Crafts. That will be your permission. I'll add it to a list of addresses, and I'll just forward back the list to everybody who submitted one. How does that sound? Would that be good for you guys? I would be happy to do that. Collect a list of those of you who would like to be able to exchange cards. So you'll have one another's addresses. I mean, I feel like we're all kind of friends here now, and that might be really fun to be able to exchange addresses for everybody that wants to participate. If you'll do that, I will be happy to collect that list and forward it back out to everybody. Okay? So send them to me at info at Simply Special Crafts. I will collect the list. I need to put a cutoff on it. So let's see, especially for those international cards. What do you guys think is a reasonable cutoff? A week? What's the date today, huh?
23rd.
Okay, how about we say by the 31st? Everybody who has submitted addresses to me by the 31st will have them included in the list. And I will be thrilled to help you by collecting those addresses. I'll send them back out to everybody who participates. And that way you'll have one another's addresses and you can exchange little notes. And that would be really fun. And Christmas cards, we all have plenty of Christmas cards, I'll bet. I'm frozen on my screen, honey. Is it still printing on the other?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here is our finished card. Can you see that well? I can't see if they can see it. So
Switch your screen.
What?
Switch to number 4. You'll switch to my other computer.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Perfect. There we go. Well, good. I'm glad you guys think that'll be fun. There we go. There's our third card of the day. Next up, let's make our shaker card. I do so love to make a shaker card. Let's bring our goodies down here for that. For our shaker card, we're going to want, this is the one we're going to make right here. We're going to want our biggest topper off of this set, off the upper left-hand corner. Yeah, that's going to be great fun. Just send me your names and addresses of all those who would like to participate. We'll collect the list and fire it right back out to everybody. So submit them by the 31st, because at some point I have to reasonably cut the list off and go ahead and go with it. So yeah, that will be fun. All right, I got my 5x7 card. I'm going to cover this directly with my cardstock. I don't have a whole lot of extra room to spare on this one, so I'm going on this one with my directly onto the cardstock. So I really do have an end to this tape somewhere. There it is. I'm going to cover my card directly with my cardstock. Yeah, very fun. Yeah. Well, we all have different demands in our lives, and some may want to participate. If you want to share your email address, send me what you want to share. Tell me what you want to share. And if you want to share email addresses, that's fine with me. But you guys need to tell me if you want your email address shared, okay? It's completely fine with me one way or the other. Just tell me if you want your email included or not. Well, it's coming in on their email address, so they just need to tell me if they want it included. Yeah. That's true. Just put it under your address if you want it shared. Then you don't have to type so much. But the fact that you're sending me your address is, I'm taking that as your consent to share. So what you want to share, include. That is a nice way for you guys to get each other's emails if you want that. Okay. We're going to flip this over and cut it out. Next, I'm going to lay my card out and see where, now take just the outer layer off of your frame, just the outer layer, the inner frame and the center image can stay together. If they happen to come apart, that's no great shakes. You just have to glue them separately. But all right. Okay, I'm going to want this about here. Let's see how that's going to look. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Okay, that's about where I want it. I'm going to go ahead and glue down my center right now. Do not put this up on foam squares behind your shaker, because if you do, all your shaker components are going to fall down behind it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, I need a pen. Everything's out of reach today. Normally I have everything within reach, but like I said, I scooched everything over to film videos, and I didn't put it back before class today. So today it's a big reach to get everything. All right. There we go. I'm going to put glue both on my outer, or on the one ring and my center image both, because I want this to stay down nice and flat. I don't want to lose any of my pretty shaker components behind the card. I don't recommend glittering this or adding anything that's going to get your shaker components to stick inside. Just go ahead and put this down just right to the card. I want to make sure I'm not too far to one side or the other before my glue can set. Nice and even there. Let's see how my frame's gonna fit. That's good. Could have gone just a shade higher. It's probably already stuck. And if it's already stuck, I'm gonna leave it. So my sentiment's gonna be a little bit lower this time. All right. Oh, cool. Kim, that's awesome. All right. Yeah, that's a fun idea. I like this idea. This is cool. Thanks for getting that started, Mary R. That's a neat idea. All right. Now we're going to put down our acetate on our frame. So we're going to need a little tape to do that. Now this part, it's not as important to seal. You just need to get the acetate stuck good here to your frame. You don't have to worry too much about making sure every little corner is covered with this tape. When we put our shaker tape on, that's when it's going to matter. All right. We have a tiny bit of fussy cutting to do here when we put this acetate on. It's no big deal. It's easy. This frame's not terribly complicated. We're going to flip this over, and we're going to end up having a beautiful window in this card. So we're going to take our... Now I'm going to go along and I'm going to cut off the extra little bits of my snowfall acetate so that I have a nice clean edge. I don't know why we didn't think of this last year, the card exchange. That's a neat idea. Very neat idea. You guys may end up having lifelong pen pals out of this. You never know. All right. All right. All right, that's going to look good. Now I'm going to put my shaker tape on, And I'm going to find my embossing magic pillow. It's not in that drawer. And not in that drawer. But it is in that drawer. I'm going to have to get new pillows soon. My pillow's like over half empty. All right. Okay, let's see. When you put your tape down, and just stay on the frame, don't touch the window or go on the window, but you want to get this as close to the window as you can without letting it show from the front, because that way your shaker components won't be able to hide down there in the corners. This tape is pretty flexible in this narrow style, so you should be able to just run around with a single piece. The less pieces you have, the less joins you have, the better, because you don't want every join is an opportunity for your shaker components to sneak out. So you want to have as few joins as possible. And when you get to the end, really make sure that you get in nice and close and tight when you clip it. Tuck it down in there so that there is just no chance that your glitter or your shaker components are going to escape. There we go. I'm going to take my embossing magic pillow and I'm going to mess up my window. Remember, even though you're getting powder all over your window, what we're doing is breaking the static electricity up a bit. You may still have some shaker components that try to stick, especially using fine ones like glitter, but it will mostly stick. Hey Glenn, we were just talking about before you came in, we're going to do a Christmas card exchange list. Everybody who wants to participate is just sending me their name and address. I know for those of you who ordered, I have that, but by sending me your name and address, that's by way of consent to share it. You can share your email address if you choose to. If you choose not to, that's okay. Nobody's going to get offended. But send me your name and address if you wish to participate. I'll take all the names submitted and we will. Oh, thank you, Brenda. I just realized what you were saying. I almost didn't put my shaker stuff in. Thank you. Your components, Debbie, she wrote. Oh, you got away. It was clear up at the top of the table. Thank you. Yes, I think she would like that too. Thank you, Susan. There we go. Got it. You guys are taking good care of me. Thank you. Have you ever done that? You made one and you didn't put it in? I did that in class one day, didn't I? Remember? I did that once before. Almost did it today. And now I sprinkled them all over the place. I got to work them all back in. Come on. Get up there. We have escapee. Oh, there's beads and everything in here, guys. What fun. This is a really fun shaker pack. She's got little tiny beads in it that roll away when you put them on the card, but hey, she got little tiny beads in it. She's got these clouds. This is really fun. You can't buy this mix anywhere. Brittany made it. This is really a fun mix. I'm anxious to see what it looks like when we shake it around in there. She's pretty clever, Miss Britt. Or as Roberta would call it, Little Miss Britt. There we go, I think. Oops, I think I've recaptured all the escapee beads. Can I get them all? Okay. Up, there's goes again. All right. Now make sure they're all well away from where you're sealing it, because you don't need those messing your tape line up. We'll push them all in. There we go. Now let's put this thing down. I have to get this right over where I can see it so I get it straight, which isn't easy with this big head of hair. Okay. Oops, let go, let go. I want it nice and straight on there. There we go. And turn it over and shake it really good to pick up any of the powder residue that was still on the face. Oh, it sounds good too. Hear that? Oh, that's cute in there. Look, guys, the snow and the little clouds. And when you shake it, I love the idea of putting the tiny, tiny beads in there, because you get that sound you don't get otherwise. That's neat. My clever niece. Hi, Karen. I said hi to Susan.
Different Susan?
Susan died, yeah. Another Susan?
Well, we had Susan Reed.
Oh, yeah. I said hi to Susan Dodd, too. Okay, there we go. Okay. So that's our shaker. Thank you guys for reminding me to put my components in. I would have been frustrated if I had to do that over. You guys are great. You're awesome. Okay, we got a gift bag left to make. We have these little sets of gift bags in the store too. You don't even have to go figure out where to get them. We have them. I love that. That is so cute. Hi, Ruth. Okay. Did you hear us, everybody? Did everybody hear about the card exchange? Did you hear that too, Ruth? I hope. If you didn't, I'll explain again. Okay, because we want everybody who wants to participate to be given an opportunity to. Folding laundry, just living a good life. Okay, the first thing I want to tell you about these gift bags is I want to look at the ends of these little strings. These little strings have a plastic cap on them, and you see how, I don't know if you can see it, you see how one end, and you can kind of see it. Come in closer, honey, please. It kind of doesn't show against my gray shirt. There we go. See how it has one side that has a lift to it? We're going to pull those up. The first thing I'd like you to do is to pull on your strings to your gift bag and get that to lay flat. That little notch they have there, that's what helps keep your string from coming out. You want to go ahead and pull your strings out and have those little notches catch. Because if you don't go ahead and pull your strings out and get those notches to catch, they can just slide straight out. And you don't want that. You don't want to have to be feeding the strings through. So that's what that little notch is about, if you ever wondered. It's about catching that string so that it will lay flat in there. So pull those handles on out. I clip this extra little hanger off. That's just a retail thing, so they can hang them up. Okay, I got that out. Now, we're going to decorate our bag. Let's take a look at what we've got left. We've got this nice piece of cardstock. What did I do with my other piece of cardstock? There it is. We've got this piece of cardstock. We've got, you can, yeah, there you go. And we've got these two borders. Well, this is technically a throwaway piece, but I often use that. We've got this cute little to from. Oh, I need my hole punch too, please, honey. Let me grab it up there. It's in the window box.
This one?
That's fine. Okay, thank you. All right. Now, I wanted to make this little topper a little bit bigger. So I put it on some background paper. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the card that came with it. Yeah, I think that'll look cute. I'm going to measure this. This little tag. This little tag is 3 1/4 inches. I'm going to cut myself a piece here that's 3 3/4. Let's see. Yeah, it'll be fine. 3 3/4 inches. It's not as deep. It is 2 1/2. So I'm going to cut this to 3 inches.
Repeat the card exchange.
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. We have decided that it might be fun because we all probably have lots of Christmas cards made. If not, by the time you finish your Craftaganza kits, you'll have a lot of cards made. We have decided that we want to do an optional Christmas card exchange. So see, I just cut myself a little backer to make this topper bigger. So we've said that if you want to send me your name and address and your email, if you want the email used, if it's just in the return address, I won't use it. But if you put it down with your address, I will consider that consent to share your email address. And I am just asking you to send in your addresses if you want to participate, and your email if you want it shared. And I will collect those. All the addresses I have by October 31st will be compiled in a list and sent out to everyone who chose to participate. That way, you will have the addresses for Christmas cards. And if you wish to include your email so that you can email back and forth with some of your crafty friends, I will be happy to add that. But, oh, that's a fun idea, Sharma. You can add your birth date if you want to that list, so everybody knows when your birthday is. I like that idea.
Just month and day.
Just the month and date. Don't worry about the year. And If you want to, you can add your birth date. If you've already emailed me, just email back with the month and year, and I'll add it to the list if you want me to. And just share the information you want to share. Whatever I get will be compiled in a list on the 31st, and I'll send it out to everybody who chose to participate. And I think that's just really a fun idea so that we can share cards and card ideas. And if you wish to have your email shared, I'll include that email so you can email one another directly instead of necessarily emailing through me. It's completely up to you guys how much information you want to share. I'm just offering to be the compiler. And by sending me the information, that's your consent to me to be included in the list because I don't share information without your permission. So there we go. That's what we're doing. Okay, I've cut this little card to go behind my topper to be 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. I'm gonna pop my outer frame off and I'm gonna glue it directly to my backing paper here. Then I'm gonna put foam squares under the other portion. Yeah, I do love the idea, if you feel comfortable in sharing it, of having your birthday available for a birthday card list. I think that's great fun. And then we'll put some foam squares behind here. I'll put a little my foam tape since I have it sitting here. I'll put just a couple lines of foam tape on here. And I'm going to hang that up on my decorative tag here that we're making. Nice to see you, Glenn. See you next time. There's Thelma. Thelma, if you just yeah, if you just are verbally telling me that or call me and give me your permission. It's just kind of silly because you're right there. If you give me your permission to send it, I'll add it. You just got to remind me, honey, that maybe send me a text message to include Thelma on the list so I don't forget. And then I'll just put her on the list also. Okay, Mary. This process is evolving as we go. So, okay, let's see how long this border is. I'm going to cut my border in half. Let's see how long that border is that they sent. The border is 10, just a little over 10 1/2. I'm going to cut it to 10 1/2. And then I'm going to cut 2 5 1/4 inch pieces of this border. There we go. And I'm going to put borders above and below to just make my gift tag or my bag decoration a little bit larger. Okay. We got you covered, though, my friend. All right. I think this is a really neat idea, the way it's evolving. I love that. You guys are so creative. Okay. There we go. I'm going to put my top border on. Glenn's a guy. I know that because he's told me before that he was enthused when he saw Rob's name to think there was another guy in the group, only to find out Rob was Roberta. So I know the answer to that one. I remember that comment. Okay, there's our pretty gift bag. Let's see what it looks like stood up. Look here. We're going to make our tag next. How cute is that? That's what it looks like standing up. So we've got our bag ready to go. Now let's make our pretty tag. I'm going to use, last time I just used green cardstock, but you know I'm going to use this pretty cardstock this time because why not? I have it. So I actually have quite a bit of cardstock left here. I'm going to, I want some of those pretty flowers on it, but I also want to make sure I have enough to cover the back of the tag. Let's see how big this is. This is 2.5 wide by a little over 4 long. We have a piece left here that is more than 2.5. That's 3, so that's plenty. But is this piece 4 long? And cut this extra little flap off. Let me see how. Oh, I think I can do it. Okay. I'm going to put my tag. First, I'm going to punch my tag. Last time I learned that I got my tag up on foam squares, got it on here, and then realized I was going to have problems punching it with my punch. So this time I'm punching it first. I'm going to punch up at the top there. I'm going to pop my tag on. This time, just to be contrary, I put my frame up on some foam squares, or on tape as the case may be, and then I glued my 2 from down flat. Nope, Lynn is our resident guy card maker. And that's so cool. I have several men who are customers actually. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put my tag down here. I'm going to cut it off. Could probably cut it off first. Doesn't matter. It's going to look cute on here. And I'm going to put some glue on here, glue it down to my cardstock. There we go. I'm going to cut my tag off. And I'm cutting my tag to be right at 5.25 inches long. Now, I'm going to, I don't have to do this next part, but it's kind of fun to cover the back of my tag also with decorative paper. So I'm going to Hi, Merlin. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and glue this to my cardstock. And I'm actually, my backing paper is just a little bit thinner. So I will trim my tag just a little bit to make it fit. You guys see some of my creative process here. Sometimes I just get an idea of what I want to do and then I just start doing it. So I'm going to trim this from the back so I get a nice, and I'll give you my final dimensions here if you just wanted to cut your card and start. See, it's a little bit short there. So I'm going to trim that part off. And I may trim my tag up just a little bit to make it match then. So that looks good. I trim my other side just a little to make it match. Here we go. Okay, let me tell you my dimensions of my final tag. I'm 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Look how cute that is. I'm going to punch it again so that I can I may have to grab my other punch though. Maybe I can get it on there. There we go. Stop. 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 I should have punched it all at once. I probably should have just doubled my cardstock, punched it all at once in the beginning. It would have been easier. But there we go. There's my tag. I'm going to take my red ribbon. I'm going to feed it through the hole I made. I'm going to come through the loop. And then I will take this and just tie it onto my handle. And you can leave the ribbon long or short, whatever you want to do. But there we go. Now we have our decorative bag together with our tag. There we go. I'm going to trim these tails just a little, I think. Not much. Because I like the tags, the tails hanging up there. But there we go. That's our finished gift bag. You want to see what we have left for supplies out of everything? You do have this one left because we didn't use it. We used the leftover cardstock instead. This is what we had left. I think there might have been a couple little pieces of this left. And this. There's nothing left. There we go. 4 cards, a tag, and a gift bag. What time is it, honey? Bryce, what time is it?
3:25.
3:25, an hour and a half. 4 cards, 1 tag, 1 gift bag. An hour and a half. Woohoo! Now, I do want to add a little stickles. I gotta say, I didn't do that the first time. And, it's just conspicuously absent something. So let's grab a stickles bottle here and give this a little glimmer and shine, shall we? I think we should. I definitely think we should. Let's put a little on the ground here. Just a little added sparkle, I think. It needs it in the snow. We'll put a little on our owl's branches. Just a little bit. Let's put a little bit of stickles around our tree on the tag. Because why not? It's snow. It's snowy season. Put a little bit on our owl's branches. Don't even know if you'll see how light I put that, but we'll try it. Can you come in a little closer, hon? Let's see if you can see those. Yeah, there we go. Little stickles, just a little, where it seems appropriate on our bag and our tag. Now let's look at our cards, because I think they're going to need some. Let's put a little stickles, so certainly on these hillsides. Yes, they definitely want some. Just go light-handed. Just a little bit right on the edges of those hillsides. A little bit under the feet of her fox. Let's come up here and catch a little bit on this tree, even though it doesn't look like a snowy tree. We'll make it one. Let's just add a little sparkle to that tree, shall we? Because we like it that way.
Karen's asking, what's the email address for the exchange?
info@simplyspecialcrafts.com, just like just like you see on your screen, Kathy or Karen. Right there on the purple banner under my picture, you'll see the email address.
Charmin says everything's better with stickles.
Everything's better with sparkles. You just got to have a little sparkle on Christmas cards, don't you? You got to have it. I'm going to put a little bit at the base and at the top of this tag at the top too. Because again, why not? Let's take a little look at our, I'm going to put a little more under my fox. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Let's see what we got now here. Just a quick, it doesn't have to take all day. You got some under our fox. We got a little on the borders there. Got some on our tree. Yep, there you go. That's that one. We got these left to go. Let's see what we're going to do here. Now we definitely can put some serious stickles on this owl tree. I think it definitely wants some. I'm going to start at the top though. I did like the way that looked when I bordered it right along the edge. So I'm edging those borders. Now I'm going to come right down my tree limbs. Just light-handed. We don't need a lot. Just light. Just enough to make it glimmer a little. Not heavy-handed. Just a little light-lined.
Kathy Girl says, Debbie, I was at the jeweler's this morning and the bling reminds me of Stardust stickles.
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
a stone called London Blue
Oh.
and a long baguette surrounded by diamonds.
Ooh.
Stunning.
That sounds like a beautiful piece of jewelry. And yes, that does sound like.
Say goodnight, Catherine.
Good night, Catherine. So glad you could join us, friend. We always enjoy having you here. Okay, Let's put a little on the ground. I'm just kind of following some of these lines, guys. And the hills. Let's catch all those hills. The rolling hills will look better with a little glitter line on them. Let's take a look at this one. I love this one. This is, oh, I didn't put any on the little owl. I think that should be done too. Just a little on the tree. I'm not going to get all carried away. I just want it light. Light and tasteful, not globbed on, just a real light hand. Look at this one. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Looky there, what happens to that tree. Isn't that gorgeous? Love that. I have to go back after class and do my other one I didn't do because these are too cute. I'm going to put a little across the top again. I'm going to put some on the tree.
Mary R says she loves your designs, Debbie. So pretty. Stickles is a must.
Stickles is a must. Either Stickles or our Quickie glue pens from Sakura with some of that ultra fine glitter that we sell in the store. That is also a perfect medium for this. If you have a hard time being light-handed with the Stickles, then I might recommend you try the ultra fine glitter with the glue pen, because the glue pen won't let you get carried away because it's a fine line. So if you have any trouble with your Stickles looking globby, then try that Quickie glue pen. Our fox is so much better with Stickles. I mean, here's with and without. Here, let's take a comparison. You see that? You see the difference? Having a little glitter in our trees and on the ground. Looks good, doesn't it? Whoops, I almost reversed the order and put the dry one on top of the wet one. And this one I'm not going to put any on. Why? Because I don't want to put stuff inside the shaker that's going to hold up my components and hold them where we don't want them. And I got to say that I did this one with all glitter, and it's cute. And you certainly could do that with chunky glitter. But this thing that Brittany made is just, this mix is just too cute. Think about mixing up your, now this is Brittany, this is not me, but think about mixing up some of your confetti and putting some tiny beads in it. If you need some, I think I have some really tiny beads like these in the shaker component area of our store, right where you see the Nouveau and the others. There's some little tiny beads there. I love the way that sounds. They're from Nouveau and they're part of the winter set, Kathy girl. Okay. Oh, glitter duster with a fine point glue pen. I have not tried that glitter duster yet, Roberta, and you keep telling me how good that is. I need to try it. You guys ready to see some show and tell? I'm not sure I have anything new to show you from Thursday, but the kits are constantly being put together here. So let me show you some of the ones I've shown you, at the risk of boring you. I don't think I'll bore you anyway. Okay, Thursday, October 25th, we have this kit coming out. We'll be doing this one. And we were just talking about the power of stickles. Oh my goodness. Look, with, without. Here, let's look at the long one. There's with and without stickles. So let's look at all the cards from this kit. We have this one and this one. I love it when they give me a long, beautiful border like that I can slice into a couple cards, because that just makes me happy. I love this one. Oh my gosh, it's pretty. And once again, if you have the inserts, use the inserts. They are so pretty. I love the way this border plays with the toppers. Just gorgeous. Fries without salt. Toppers without stickles are like fries with no salt.
Says it all.
Oh, Kathy girl, you're a girl after my own heart. I gotta say, I once again look at the way that the background sheet plays with the topper in this one, and then the stickles. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. This is coming up on Thursday. If you don't have this kit yet, get it. It's so pretty. It's just so darn pretty. Look here. And use your inserts. If you don't have your inserts, they're pretty cheap edition. And look what they add to your cards. I mean, just look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, this is Thursday. Now, next Saturday, Brittany put my kits together for me, and I handed her 4 cards for Saturday with the kit. The kit is priced for 4 cards, and we sent components for 4 cards. Today I discovered that there was a 5th card that was misfiled. I think rather than having Brittany go back and rework the kits and reprice the kits, we're going to call the 5th card an inspiration card. And you may have to, I don't think there was anything essential on it that you wouldn't already have. I believe it was this one that I found. You should have enough orange ribbon in your kit. You just won't, you'll be shy 1 piece of Mary and 1 card blank. But I think rather than having her go back and rework the kits, I think we're just going to call this 5th card an inspiration card, and I'm going to leave the price lower. Does that make sense to you guys? Because I hate to do that to her, to make her take all those kits apart and put it back. So are you guys hearing and understanding what I'm saying? That your kit is priced for 4 cards. I'm going to make 5. You will be short 1 piece of cardstock and 1 piece of Mary board. And yeah, like mud, clear as mud. But is that okay with you guys, that we just leave the kits alone, and instead of going back and reworking the kit for 1 piece of Mary? I don't want to do that to her. So let's just roll forward. This is next Saturday's kit, and this is the autumn kit. Oh, they're beautiful. Look at the way that stickling up those butterflies adds to that card. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm going to just take my note back from Brittany then, and we're going to roll forward with it, because I really hate to do that to her. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that fun stepper card. This is a really neat way to use some of those tiny pieces. I made this out of the scraps. It's great. Good night, Elsie. Okay. This one is birthday wishes. This will be next Saturday. We'll see you next week, Elsie. And here's the 5th. So, yeah, let's do that. Why don't we just grab that note back from Brittany, and we're just going to call that note I had you put over there, hon? Bryce, did you hear me?
No.
Let's pull back the note I had for Brittany, and we're not going to rework this kit. It's already priced for 4 cards, so we're just going to leave it that way. And we'll use the 5th card as an inspiration card. Everybody said they're okay with that. Nobody wants to do it to Brittany. And I agree. I have so many kits for her to put together. It's not her fault I didn't give her all the cards. Okay, next, let's see. She put the date on this. Thursday, November 4th. So a week from Thursday, we're going to do the Purple Village, the Lavender Village. Can you come in a little closer on these cards, honey? The Lavender Village, just a little bit of stickles. Look what that does for the village. So pretty. Next. These are very, very simple cards. But sometimes you just got to let the images speak for themselves. Because the imagery is beautiful. Add a little bit of stickles to it, just a tasteful amount, and you end up with something that's just gorgeous. Yes. When Margie and I were deciding who was going to do what in this elegant kit, you know who picked the purple one. What does Britt crave? She likes dried fruit. She does like dried fruit. She's not much of a chocolate eater. She doesn't really care for chocolate. She prefers vanilla to chocolate. I don't know how that's possible, and she'd still be my niece. I used to think she was switched at birth at the hospital. Okay, a week from Saturday, November 6th, we have this Mundo huge, beautiful kit coming up. This would be the Poinsettia Topper Set from Party Crafts. And we will also be looking at our 10 additional inspiration cards. Let's look at the cards that are actually included in your kit first. This kit also includes, you can see it here, see this die? You are going to get so much use from this die, you will not believe how much use you get from this die. You look at it at first and you think, but that's huge. How am I going to use that? We're not going to use it in one piece. We're going to clip this up and we are going to use it in 3 pieces. And it's spectacular. It's beautiful. The die costs $17.95 if you buy it separately. Our price for this kit, honey, would you look that up again and link this kit? Because everybody's going to want it. Everybody's going to want this kit. There's not very often I tell you, you want this one. I'm telling you guys, you want this one. We are going to be making 10 cards together, and you will have papers, not card blanks and other components, but papers. You're going to have papers enough from this one to make another 10 cards. And I'm going to show you the designs. You were on it to begin with. That one, yeah. The entire set costs $28.95. That includes a die that sells for $17.95. You're going to make 10 cards from this kit at $2.85 a piece. That is a huge value, but you're getting a $17.95 die included in the kit. Wowzer. And look how beautiful that is. Can you say that you wouldn't just be proud to send that to anybody? I would send this to anyone on my card list and be totally proud of that. That's card number 1. Card number 2, Santa Claus a snowman peeking out from behind the poinsettias. Look at this thing. How beautiful is that? My card hit the floor and the corner's bent, so ignore that, but it does have a little bent corner. I'll put my finger over it and then you won't be able to see it's bent. How gorgeous. Or it can be like this if you want it like this. How beautiful is that? Yowzer. That's 3. Here's the 4th. Little tag hanging down in front. That beautiful poinsettia arrangement. This.
Candle on the bottom.
It's the tag hanging down off the flowers. You could actually write something on that. Let's see the feathery thing coming up from here. That's our die. I wanted to point out the die pieces. This one, the 2 die pieces coming down from the sides, that's our die. Look what that adds. Here's another one with our die. See that? See those feathery pieces coming out from the sides? Is that beautiful or what? These pieces are already pre-glittered and pre-foiled. You'll get the stickers, you'll get the Hardy Craft set, you'll get 12 poinsettia papers, you're going to get the card blanks and 300 GSM, you're getting the Mary board in the various sizes. Look here. And again, just those little wisps. Look what they add to that card. Just like the finishing touches to make it totally beautiful. They come with the glitter on them already, Diane. They're little 3-piece foam, decoupage in the British sense with foam squares between them, 3 layers per flower. Love this one. I don't know why. This one speaks to me with the candles and the flowers. Beautiful. That's number 9. This is number 10. Our kit is making all 10 of these that I've just shown you, and we'll make these together in class. But we will also go over all of these inspiration cards. You will have the papers in your kit to make all of these. Now you would need to add some Mary board from your own collection. You'd need to add some ribbon and maybe some stickers, but you will have the inspiration to go to make 10 more cards out of this kit, and the papers are already there. This is one. It's not up yet. She hasn't made it yet. I'll show it to you again if you like. 2. That's coming up after. It's coming up after these. So I've got one more to show you after this, and then I think it's up shortly after that. Look what the Stickles does for these poinsettia papers. This is a big, huge Mundo kit. Don't miss this one, guys. If you get one kit this year outside of the Hunkydory kits, you will not regret having this one. You're going to love it. I loved it. I intended to sit down and make like 2 or 3 inspiration cards, and I couldn't help myself. I made them all because they just cried out to be made because they were so beautiful. So don't miss this one. It's gorgeous. And what a value. That's amazing that you'll have papers for 20 cards in this one kit. But you know how we are. We can stretch paper. We know how to do it. And I'll point out to you anything I've done in the construction that you'll need to know when you're putting yours together. The ribbon is not up yet, but we are in the midst of putting some ribbon racks up in our shop. The beautiful double-sided ribbon that I've been including in your kits and will be included in this one. That beautiful, I take it back because I don't think any of our Hardy Craft cards have it. But the beautiful ribbon, double-sided satin ribbon we've been putting in your kits, we have decided we're going to start selling that by the yard, and we are going to soon have that available where you can purchase the all the ribbons that we use in the kits, or most of them, by the yard. And it's going to be very affordably priced too. Like, how about 49 cents a yard for that beautiful 5/8 inch double-sided satin ribbon? Good prices. And there may even be price breaks for larger quantities. So this is Season's Bleedings. This is coming up on Thursday, November 11th. Season's Bleedings. This one says, Merry Christmas to you, EWE. Kids of all ages will love this. This would make me happy. This one says, have a warm and fuzzy Christmas. And I think that only makes 3, this kit, because the images they give us are so big. But we're going to make 3 really beautiful cards out of it. This is one of those center step easel cards. And then we have a regular easel card, and we have our little U. Aren't those cute? Okay, so that is November 11th. Shortly thereafter, we will have these. Can you push these? I don't know if you can get them any better than I can get them. I just don't want to get them in my Fox cards. They're wet. Here, I can get it, I think. Oh, just stuck my finger in the stickles. Because I do these things, you got to watch me all the time. I still have these on my desk from last time I showed you. Let me pull this over. Come here, little cards, come here. These are the ornament cards we'll have coming up. And because there's no die included, and we are I didn't add an awful lot of materials to this. This is going to be less than $2 a card for this kit. $19.95 is going to be the price for this kit. You'll get 10 yards of that gorgeous double-sided satin ribbon in colors to coordinate with our ornaments. You'll get the pine background papers, the card bases, the Mary, and the stickers. And $19.95 for 10 cards. Woohoo! Tell me where else you're going to find that, guys, in a card kit, anywhere. You're not going to find that. Oh, one more pink, since you're loving the pink. Look at the owl. These card toppers from Hardy Craft, they just outdid themselves Look at the detail and the sparkle. They have foiling and they have glitter already on them. They're such an easy assembly. Now, Kim, this is a really good kit because the girls would love helping put these toppers together, I think. Or any of you who craft with kids, this is an excellent kit to let the kids help with. The assembly is easy. Of course, they're going to need help with the bows. They are going to need help with the bows, but there's so much that kids can do with you in this kit. It's not difficult, but boy, the cards are stunning. When I saw these from Hardy Craft this year, I just had to have them. I had to. I had to make a kit out of it. This one hopefully will be listed next week. It's not up yet, so when you're looking and you don't find it, don't be worried it's sold out. It's just not available yet. We do have plenty of these, I believe, to go around, so I'm not concerned about an early sellout. Just look at the detail. It's amazing what they've done with these. I always get a kick out of the squirrels, the British squirrels, because their squirrels have much longer ears than ours do, and little tufts at the ends of their ears. They're adorable. And you know I'm going to love that stag. Look how beautiful and majestic he is. I tried to make the card designs for these so simplistic so that we really featured those toppers because, and I just couldn't think of anything better than hanging them in the right into the pine branches as if they were on my Christmas tree. I just love that. It's just so simple. And the pines that we have are perfectly sized for these ornaments, aren't they? It's just the perfect design. They're not too big, they're not too little. It's just the perfect design for these. So hanging them from a beautiful bow and just a tiny little sentiment and just really letting those toppers do their job. Gorgeous. That's it. That's the set of 10. That's kind of what I have to show you today. We've looked at the hares before, but they're across the table. I don't think I'll show you those today. I do have the Santa and reindeer I haven't shown you yet.
We're out of time.
Bryce says we're out of time. So I think we'll stop there. But we got lots of beautiful things coming. Lots of beautiful things. Any questions? Comments? Is the pine paper or did you make them? The pine paper is some I had in my stash that was left over from making remember when we did last year what am I trying to say? The paper positioning, we made the layered cards. What do you call that? My brain goes blank. It was one of our Christmas cards last year anyway. We used this pine paper last year, and I had some left from hot off the press. I'm sure it's retired paper now, but I had some and I remembered it when I was trying to think about what I wanted to do with these ornaments for a background. And I'm so glad I remembered it because it was a perfect fit.
We have the gingham ribbon up.
The gingham ribbon. I'm not sure, Kim R. I'll have to look, okay? Brenda, Iris folding. That's what I was trying to say.
Backward.
Thank you. It was going to bug me till I looked it up. So, yeah, we will have ribbon up super soon by the yard in those beautiful double-sided satins. I'm so excited that we're going to be able to offer those. And if are there any other questions? Gingham paper is up now, I believe, Mary R. Isn't it? Did you get your gingham paper? Okay. If there are no questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom, I'm going to say good night, Gracie. We will see you on Wednesday for What's New Wednesday. Have wonderful things for you. See you then. Bye, guys. Stay safe.